So I've decided to go up to the pyramid at just the wrong time. Say hi! Here we go. Such madness in here. Yeah, the Darshur and Saqqara pyramids are a great place to start because it's very easy to see everything without any of these kind of, touts and all these crowds of people. I mean, this isn't even the worst of it. The tour groups are annoying, they're herding people around. It's just not the way I like. Here's a little camel guy. Hey. No, I don't like camels. Oh, they spit. They spit. I don't like that.
No, white camels.
No? White camels don't spit?
No, white.
That's like a racist thing? Or?
Like white camels.
White? Do they have black camels too?
I go up the mountain, the panorama view over there. I take for picture like this.
Yeah.
Panorama view. Take photo on the pyramid background.
Cool.
You know how much it price?
I don't like camels though. No, thank you. No.
Listen to me.
No.
You know how much?
No, how much?
200 pounds.
Yeah, but camel's not comfortable. No comfortable. Yeah, if you notice, the locals aren't falling for the whole camel horse thing. They're just walking. So that's what we're doing. Just making my slow walk up this enormous rampway. It's a long way up here. I'm curious what the elevation difference is between, basically the bottom of the Sphinx and all the way up there. I mean, it's a few hundred feet. I'll check on it later. I don't have internet access. I mean, this is the Great Pyramid, the biggest, tallest Khufu's pyramid. Hi. No, thank you. I don't like camels. Oh, because my legs, You have to do yoga. No. Wow, that's pretty cheap. Oh. He might spit on me. It's really amazing that this is actually the biggest one because Khafre is the one in the middle. And it's probably just the perspective, but it looks bigger. I'll look all this up in a bit and I'll give you some facts once I learn them. Because I don't know anything. They're equally as impressive. You can still see people are just, a little bit bigger than pixels. And the top of this one with the casing stone still on, hold on a moment. I believe these are all tombs for the workers or other associated members involved in this. I'm going to confirm that and maybe splice in a little comment later. But yeah, this is all part of the necropolis. I believe there's a tomb I can go into. I thought about that ticket, but the tickets I have don't include it. But it was kind of like, hi.
What's your name?
Hi. Oh, shukran. It's just like constant harassment. Which, that's what they said would happen. What I was going to say earlier, the outer casing stones, I've always been led to believe were a different type of material. In fact, I've heard stories that they, would have glimmered in some sort of shimmering white or something like that. But it's just not the case. Like we saw yesterday at the Bent Pyramid, the outer casing stones are the same formation as the stones that are used to build the pyramid. They're just smoothed and shaped, and that's it. I mean, to someone that doesn't know rock types, they may appear to be something different, but they're not. And the same was the case for the pyramid of Urus. I don't know why I can't say that guy's name. We got right up close to that one. Both of those pyramids were built, within a few generations of each other, and these right afterward, right? And as far as I can tell from here, it's the same story. The outer casing stones appear to just be specially shaped limestone of the same formation. I mean, I obviously can't get up close and tell, but that's what it looks like from here. But as one of my old professors used to say, there's a difference sometimes between looks like and is. So sometimes you got to get right up there. I mean, this is a incline. Can just imagine dragging these stones up here from that port. Yeah, this is a giant complex. I mean, you could theoretically walk around all of this, but if you really want to get around it, you do need to hire some kind of transport. I kept hearing stories that cars were not allowed, but obviously there are. There's cars and buses and taxis. So I think it is feasible to do that. I think everything around here requires a little bit of juice. You gotta juice everybody if you want something. Or you can do what I do and just let guides start talking to you, feeding you information, and don't pay them. It seems to be working very well. I mean, I'll pay them if they're gonna do something like film me in some kind of precarious situation, like crawling out of that one tomb. I tipped that guy in Saqqara. But yeah, I'll pay your ticket, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, and I'm not getting on a camel. No. It's truly amazing to me that this is smaller than the Great Pyramid. I mean, it looks bigger. And I'm standing pretty much equidistant from both of them. I tried to get this camel jockey to tell me how much taller the Great Pyramid was, and I don't think he knew his numbers properly. I think he said 2,180 meters, but obviously that's not possible. Yeah. So we'll get that information. Khufu's pyramid, Great Pyramid. Khafre's pyramid, smaller by X number of meters, which maybe I'll flash on the screen if I find out. There's no information here. The grandson of Senufu, who built the Benton Red Pyramids on video yesterday. I swear this looks bigger, but I think it's because it's higher up. This platform is higher up. I mean, they did a lot of work to excavate a level platform for it to be on. And I think they brought in these stones. Actually, these are like foundations. So they carved it out and brought in some giant stones. You can see the foundation stones for the pyramid are all significantly bigger. I mean, look at those two girls. They're like 5'2", and the stones are bigger than them. And then the ones up above are slightly smaller. I mean, a lot of these, they're still very big rocks, but some of those rocks are like one or two people could probably lift those. Not these at the bottom, obviously, or even kind of just above the foundation stones, but above that, and there are bigger ones up there, but above that, I mean, yeah, you could walk that up there if you wanted to. It'd be a lot of work. But I mean, they weren't afraid of a lot of work. It's kind of like the Inca, you know. They weren't afraid of heights. Heights did not bother them. And I have a feeling that heights didn't bother these people either. But yeah, I think it would be a ton of work to drag these up and jack some of these up there. But we're only going, you know, up to maybe that level, and then above that, I think it's just manual labor. 2 or 3 people just lifting stone after stone, and you could do it. You could walk it all the way up. I mean, they're big, but they obviously could move them. So maybe you get 10, 20 people to move them or something, and you could do it. So I don't know. Seems doable to me. It's just a lot of fucking work. Now the Khufu stones, I don't know. Those are pretty darn big, and they go all the way up. Those are really big. So we'll go look at a size comparison in a bit. I'm kind of at the top of the plateau right now, running my usual field work plan of getting to the top of the mountain before lunch and then working your way down. Yeah. It's kind of scary because at any moment one of those could just slide right off and knock you in the head. So obviously that's been going on for a few thousand years. These are obviously different stones. This is not what's up there, though. This is not the outer casing stone. These must have been some kind of outer casing for, you know, just this area here, because you don't see very many of them. You know, it was probably just like a granite outer casing, but you know, all the way up there, and presumably that came down to some height. They're just simple limestone. You know, you can definitely tell it's not a different limestone. It's the same stone. So I don't think that the color would have looked any different. You just wouldn't have seen the blocks. It wouldn't have been a pixelated pyramid. It would have been a nice smooth pyramid. Impressive either way. Here's an example of an in-place granite casing stone. And actually there's something else interesting here. You've got definitely a lighter limestone than what the rest of the pyramid is made out of. So yeah, they may have been lighter. Again, it's hard to tell what's way up at the top there. But this is definitely lighter. But it was also covered by, I mean, I don't know if this is the end of the granite foundation capping stones, but I don't know if it went up above that. But yeah, that's definitely different material. So maybe some of it was white and light. Here's, again, for you ancient alien lovers, more signs of all the chisel work they did. Just a lot of hacking away at limestone. And the real work is none of these stones are, it's not like it's mass production, right? This is, each stone is tailor-made for the one next to it. You know, this one seam right here, for instance, the one that we just looked at. So they're dragging probably rough blocks and shaping them on site. Otherwise, I mean, it would be the biggest jigsaw puzzle ever. So that alone is a lot of work. And it, you know, if you noticed in the soil, I mean, I didn't look at the soil yesterday, but we're going to probably see the same thing here. I was trying to figure out exactly what was going on, because it's, you know, sand with gravel but the gravel was very angular and flaked. There isn't a great example of it right here, but you know, I'm just going to pick some random stuff up. This is not a great example, and I think it's been stepped on and eroded by people for a long time. But take my word for it. I'll show you something later. The soil was, like I said, sand with gravel, but the gravel was angular, subangular, and flaked. It didn't look like, you know, your ordinary sedimentary deposit. Here's some. This is probably a decent example. Still not a great example. I mean, it's been rounded by, I mean, there's glass in here and all kinds of, it's a terrible example. And there's some examples here, right? Some flaked pieces. So they're probably working, that's what the flakes are. They're working those stones just as they're putting them together. You know, just tossing this crap out into the desert. So we are probably walking on those tailings just like yesterday. But yeah, I mean, that's a lot of work. If they managed to figure out a way to mass produce these so that they, you know, one stone could fit together with the next one, it probably would have been a lot easier. But yeah, it was just fitting stone next to stone. I mean, some of them aren't perfectly fitted either. They did that with the foundation, but once they got up here, it's like, okay, let's just see what fits. Jam a couple small ones in there. So that was their technique. You know, don't work on perfect fitting on the foundation and then just get the rocks up there. You know, like, what's going on with stuff like this? You know, look at that. You know, look at this. I mean, obviously this was some way that they could move it around. I feel like this was how they would jack it. You know, they would just put wedges in there, maybe put some wood underneath, and then just start pounding wedges together, and you could slowly jack that thing up and into place. Yeah, I mean, all of them have it. So this is, here's another one. Yeah, this is revealing some technique here. Look at this. Look at this. Yeah. So that is revealing some technique. What? I don't know. And you can see some notches in the larger stones. Notches up there. And I mean, that is that a through? Does that go through and through? Oh, I can't climb up there to tell, but doesn't look like that. Like if it went through and through, I would think, okay, maybe you could put some ropes through there. I don't know how you could get ropes that would be strong enough in those days, but you know, some kind of clamp, something. Yeah, and it's probably on every stone. You know, like in Peru, you could see those too, but the ones that were outer facing, they just grinded them off, so you can't see them anymore. But I mean, those are purpose holes for a purpose. You know, that too. It's not just simple dragging a stone. There is some simple machine going on here. This little section right here gives you an idea of what the granite outer casing looked like. It's actually a significant amount that would have encased the outer. Hi.
Welcome.
Hi.
Welcome from.
Hold on a moment. Oh, even being harassed by the guards. Yeah, so this side is closed off. They light this up at night. It's supposed to be very beautiful. But as I was saying, you can get a sense of what the outer granite casing would look like. It's actually a pretty significant casing. I wonder how high up that would have went. Just a few feet, or did people steal all the granite? So, I don't know. Everybody's trying to scam you on a group. I can walk up here? Like, it's okay? Oh, no. No, it's okay. I can look. I don't need to climb the pyramid. But you can see these are all tombs. Tombs for, you know, I don't know, but yeah. You've seen that before. All right, I'm gonna walk over to Menkaru. Third largest here in the complex. Still very big. Just eyeballing it, looks smaller than Bent and Red Pyramid. But still a very nice pyramid for, I believe it's Senefru's great-grandson at this point. Look how much bedrock they cut out to build that foundation. And it wasn't to waste. They're using all of that space for tombs. I'm sure all of that goes back, just like it did at Saqqara. Tomb after tomb after tomb. Because, you know, they got to bring everybody with them. And their cows. You don't want to pack light for the afterlife.